Hey everyone, it's Allie and welcome back to my channel. Before I start the video, I do want to apologize. I know I've been gone for a while, but I needed to step back from YouTube and really work on my mental health. I was going through some things and I just needed to step back for a minute and really work on myself and my mental health because I was in a really bad spot. And yeah, I just was not in the right mindset to do YouTube, but I am back now and I will be making videos here and there, probably not as often as I was doing before, but I'll definitely be putting content out at least monthly for sure. I've had a lot of changes going on in my life. I started a new job, so that's been really interesting. And yeah, but beside the point, what I'm going to be talking about today are three new fragrances to my collection. They are from the Terence Hughes line. If you guys know, I really enjoy his line. I'm a big fan of his work. And full disclosure though, before I get into the video, two of the three fragrances that I will be talking about today were sent to me by Aaron and Max Aroma. So I just want to put that out there. They were sent to me for review. The first one I will be talking about though, I did purchase myself. So yeah, I just want you guys to know, full disclosure. And just because something was sent to me doesn't mean it's going to influence what I think about the fragrance. I'm definitely always going to tell you guys the truth and let you know what I really think about the fragrances, because that's what I want my channel to be about. I want it to be about being honest and forthright about what I feel about a fragrance. That way you guys know what to expect when you go out and buy these fragrances for yourself. So anyway, the first one that I'm going to be talking about is one that I had been wanting to try for a while, and that is the original Slut. So yeah, this is it right here. I finally got my hands on it. I had done a review on Dirty Slut in the past, and I really did enjoy it. I enjoyed how different it was. And this one is also a really good fragrance. I honestly think I enjoyed Dirty Slut a little more, even though that one leans a little bit more masculine in my opinion. But I do enjoy Slut nonetheless. This one is a heavy neroli fragrance. You've got neroli, sweet orange, lemon, bergamot. So it's chock full of citrus, and you also have petitgrain as well, which adds a little bit more of a woody, citrusy note to it. And it's very heavy on the petitgrain. So if you're a fan of the note of petitgrain and citrus notes, you'll probably definitely enjoy this one. You've got jasmine, chambec, patchouli, ethical ambergris, musk, and filth as well in this one. And it's really a beautiful scent. I do get a lot of the jasmine in this. More than anything, I get a lot of neroli, a little bit of that sweet orange, and a lot of petitgrain. So it's a very citrusy, floral, woody fragrance. I feel like this is perfectly unisex with a slight masculine edge. There's something about this that reminds me sort of like an old style cologne, but there's also something about it that's kind of feminine at the same time. It's a really interesting fragrance, and what I love about this fragrance is that it's part of his, I believe this one is part of the sex range, and this one heats up as you warm up. So it's a great clubbing scent. It's a great like outdoor hot day scent, but I would definitely go light if it's super hot out, because this one warms up on the skin and it projects out. I got a really long time on the skin with this one. I think I got like 10 to 12 hours with Slut. And on the clothes, this lasts up until the next day. And the deep dry down I found where it sort of became really, really woody. And I feel like this particular fragrance sort of projects out so far because of the ambergris and the patchouli and the petitgrain note working in tandem together to really give this fragrance strength, because this is a beastly scent. And if you are into beastly fragrances, then this is probably a really good one. I really did enjoy this one. But I think out of Slut and Dirty Slut, I kind of enjoyed the filthiness of Dirty Slut a little more. And I felt like the jasmine in Dirty Slut was a little bit more pronounced, which I really liked. It was a really heady, fluffy jasmine, if that makes sense. And this sort of goes in that same direction, but I felt like it was a lot headier in Dirty Slut. Nonetheless, a really beautiful fragrance. The next one that I'm going to be talking about is Oxytocin or Oxytocin. I don't know. Is that a drug? Y'all, I'm so confused half the time. Oxytocin. Oh, that's what we're going with. Oxytocin. And the bottle looks like this. You guys, this is such a good oud scent. Like when I first smelled this and wore it. Oh, I lost the cap. Oh, there we go. When I first like smelt and wore it, I was like, oh my gosh, this is so delicious. If you are a fan of ouds, Oxytocin is such a beautiful oud. It's definitely, in my opinion, unisex with another masculine edge, especially in the deep dry down. I find that it becomes a tad bit more masculine. But you've got notes of sweet chocolate, rose absolute, exotic woods, spices, tonka bean, sweet tonka bean. There's a vanilla tincture in this as well. There's Thai oud, ambergris, well, ethical ambergris, patchouli, and tree moss. And this is so, so sexy. I call this fragrance the you're never getting your sweater back fragrance, because like if I was dating someone and they sprayed this on and like it was all over their sweater and they let me borrow their sweater, they'd never be getting that sweater back. Hands down, I'd be keeping that sweater forever so I can just sniff the hell out of it. This is that kind of fragrance and it smells so dang good, you guys. This is a sweet, warm, inviting, oudy, beautiful fragrance. I really do love it. You definitely get that rose and the sweet chocolate and the sweet tonka bean and vanilla working in tandem to make this really sweet and so delectable right off the bat. And it stays that way for quite a while. It's this sweet, yummy, just oudy concoction. And it's a little syrupy. And it's so beastly. This is another very beastly fragrance. I also received a sweater from Terence Hughes. I got the Unicorn Slut one that he sent my way. And I wore this that same day that I ended up getting the sweater. And you guys, my sweater, I still haven't washed it. It still smells like it. It smells like it. And it's been a few weeks now since I got these fragrances. So that to me is like crazy. And in the deep dry down, it's a lot more oudy. You get more spice. It's very spicy oudy. And I feel like the sweetness sort of fades away towards the deep dry down. But for about 8 or 9 hours, it's a pretty sweet fragrance. It's not overtly sweet. It's the perfect amount of sweetness, but it's sort of like a dry sweetness. And it's so, so beautiful. This is such a sexy scent. I could see this being a really good clubbing scent, a really good date night scent. I could see you wearing this casually, dressed up, dressed down, like literally an all occasion fragrance. There's something really special about this one, and I really love the oud in this one as well. This is one of my favorite ouds aside from Boss Bitch and Oud Bouquet, which are some of, Oud Bouquet obviously isn't one of his fragrances, but those two are some of my favorite ouds in my collection for sure. And I think this one is probably my third favorite in my collection right now. It's really, really good and I really do like it. And I highly suggest checking this one out, you guys. It's absolutely beautiful. I cannot like stress enough how good Oxytocin is. Definitely check this one out. Beautiful, sweet, sexy, dark, mysterious. It's just so good. Definitely one worth checking out. The last one that I'm going to talk about is called Celestia. And this is another oud fragrance, and I really do enjoy this one. It looks like this. The juice is a lot darker in this bottle than the other two. And this is another oud fragrance, and it's a really beautiful, I feel like classic oud fragrance. You've got notes of oud, rose, cinnamon, spices, musk, and patchouli in this one. And it's really, really beautiful. Off the bat, you get a hefty dose of cinnamon, and it's a little bit sharp to my nose, being that it's mixing in with that oud. And oud and cinnamon with spices tend to be very like bold and intense. And off the bat, this is a bold, intense fragrance. I think for the first couple minutes, I was a little bit like, whoa, like this is too much even for me. But as it starts settling down on the skin, the magic of this fragrance really starts to happen. As it starts to settle down, you start getting those whiffs of that rose. You get that slight patchouli that comes out and the oud and cinnamon toned down. And it becomes a sort of oudy rose spicy fragrance. And it's really, really beautiful. It's classic. It's simple, but it's so well done. There is this underlying smokiness to this fragrance that I also really do enjoy. It's sort of smoky, and it stays sort of smoky for a long time, and it's almost like a smoked oud. It's absolutely beautiful. This one is quite linear on my skin. The most change happens in the first few minutes, where it's very sharp and intense, and then starts mellowing down to this sort of softer yet still very bold rose oud with some spices and some smoke thrown in the background. It's a really interesting fragrance, and I really do like it. I think this is going to be perfect for winter and fall. Like wintertime especially, I feel like this fragrance is going to shine. So if you're into sort of rosy oud fragrances with some spice kick to it, definitely check this one out. Also, if you're into smoky fragrances, definitely a really good one. I feel like this one pulls a bit more on the masculine side, but I can totally see anyone wearing it. I can see a woman rocking this. I can see a man rocking this, but I do think it pulls a bit more masculine in my opinion. And it's absolutely beautiful, you guys. I highly suggest, if you guys like ouds, checking Celestia and Oxytocin. Out of those two, I highly suggest getting Oxytocin. I really did enjoy Slut, but out of Slut and Dirty Slut, I did enjoy Dirty Slut just a little bit more, but they are both super beautiful, and I can't wait to try more of his fragrances. I do believe he has reformulated Slut and changed up some of the notes, so I'm going to look into possibly getting that one a little bit later. And yeah, you guys, I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I will catch you guys later. It was really good being back, and I missed you guys, and I will be making more content. Don't worry about that. I just, like I said, needed to pull back and really work on myself and just be better all around, because yeah, mental health is important, and there's no shame in stepping back sometimes. And yeah, I really missed you guys, and it was nice being back, and I will see you guys in another video. Bye.